Hello and welcome once more to Red Gaming Tech. My name is Amata. Today is the 6th of January and I have yet more news for you today on the Xbox One, as Phil Spencer has spoken on the topic of the delay of the Xbox One in Nordic territories, which of course affected Denmark, Finland, Norway and Sweden, and of course it was delayed until Q3 2014. And Phil Spencer has voiced his dismay on this particular topic when he was speaking with OXM. And Spencer said, quote, "I wish we had the global coverage that we originally announced when we stood on stage at E3. I stood on stage and talked about 21 markets. There were things around the voice models and other things we need to make sure were right in order to really build a box that felt native to the markets we were shipping in. It never feels good to stand on stage and talk about 21 markets and then ship in 13. But it's a journey. It's not won or lost on the day after launch. It'll be something that plays out, so making sure the quality of each market when we ship is the important part." So, the delay in these countries has undoubtedly impacted the future sales of the Xbox One. There's not really any argument there, but how much has it impacted it? That's what I really want to know. If there's anyone living in affected countries watching this video, I would really love to hear from you in the comments as to what you and perhaps your group of friends have done. Are you just going to wait for the Xbox One if it's your console of choice, or have you just think, balls to it, I'll just get a PS4, or were you going to get a PS4 anyway? I'm just curious as to how much it's actually affected it, because looking at some of the comments on the original article, it seems to be, well, some people are saying, you know, most people have just thought, oh, balls to it, I'll just buy the PS4, but some people have waited because, well, at the moment there's not really any games that they're interested in, which is fair enough. The real killer applications aren't really coming out for either console until a few months down the line. As of course we've got Titanfall on the horizon, as well of course for the PS4 we've got Infamous Second Son, which was delayed, The Order 1886 and a few other titles as well. So if you ask me, if you wanted to wait either for reasons of money or because your country doesn't have it yet or whatever, then I don't think I could blame you all that much. You wouldn't have really missed out on too much by waiting those extra few months. In fact, if you're living in another country that has had it for a while, you may even end up saving yourself some money. So I'd be curious to see your thoughts. It does seem strange that perhaps it was maybe a language issue, but that doesn't seem likely to me. I think Microsoft would understand that most people in these countries are probably going to speak English in this day and age. Maybe in some small village there might be a few people who don't speak English that well, but surely they could just not use the voice commands until they're patched at a later date or something like that. But there's probably other reasons behind the decision to not ship in Nordic countries other than just language. Phil is right in saying that it's better to release a more finished product if you can, but I'd just like to know the reasons as to why it couldn't have been released in Nordic countries. Of course, we'll most likely never know this, but it would be nice, to say the least. Anyway, still, as I said, it'd be good to hear from anyone from these areas. I want to know your thoughts and opinions on how much this has affected the sales of the Xbox One in your country. Anyway, as I said, that is me done. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.